Right, we're here for our final match of the week here for week 4, and it may be the final match here of the league for Aaron B, who's sitting at 10 losses here against Spaghetti Mitch, longtime league member here. What's he got going on over there?
Mom Spaghetti is mixing it up with a spicy Mardulus, but the first hand's going back because there's only one land. So he's going to keep the second hand, I guess, look to see what to put back. He's got a Swamp Mountain, Blood Tithe, Harvester, Obnixious Cruelty, Ruinous Path, and a Workite on the top of the curve. What's Aaron working with?
Well, for his elimination match here at 8 and 10, he's got some cards you may approve of here, as particularly the Acroan Crusader. He's got Draconic Roar. He's got Mogus's Warhound. He's got the Reckless Bushwhacker, which is a card that's on the bonus sheet this week, and he's got a Mountain and a Swamp. So looks like he's going to be doing the Rakdos aggro thing and trying to stay alive here.
Yeah, I mean, he did draw a Honor of the God Pharaoh for his last turn. I was kind of snickering because before all this just happened, Mitch just kind of hovered over the concede button real quick.
Oh, no. Honor of the God Pharaoh, absolute banger for More of the Spark. Not quite very good on this board here. Aaron's just thinking about playing a 3-mana 2/1 haste with no other words on it because he can't say this.
It's good enough. I mean, Mitch is probably just going to cruelty the 3/3 here, save some life.
Well, he should do it on attacks because the Warhound won't be able to attack. Yeah, this is correct. Yeah, it's like these little things. Like some people may have just done it pre-combat and they would have taken an extra 2.
Yeah, Mitch is pretty good though. He knows. He
knows about attacking. We know that. Yeah, so Mitch looks like he's just getting his week started here, 8 and 7. So he's got some matches to play. Aaron, like I mentioned, is on 8 and 10. Aaron's a recent winner from Duskmourn. Very, very impressive play in the top 8 there. So he's looking to stay alive and turn things around here in Pioneer Masters.
So, well, Mitch has one message, and that's why did I lose the coin flip?
Well, it's a skill he can work on. You know, we got lots of good players here on the server who can teach him how to win coin flips. I'm sure of it. What's he got in hand?
Still 2 lands, but we're about to get rid of 1 land to honor the God Pharaoh and drawing into a Whip of Erebos and a Boundary Lands Ranger.
Oh, well, I was going to say Aaron is drawing thin here on 2 lands, but in hand, but he just drew a very strong card.
Yeah, this game just might be over. You would think Mitch is probably going to ruin his path, the Rabble Master.
He's taking 4 here, and then he's going to take like another 3 next turn. Or 4. He's going to take another 4 next turn. Yeah.
Stabilize from this. What is he going to do? Get rid of the Workite? Too expensive?
Yeah, he's gonna
2 lands away.
Loot here, or rummage, as they say.
Draws into another Swamp, and then a Sajiri Shelter.
So he can kill the Rabble Master, go to 4, and then hopefully find a way to draw out of it.
Play the Ranger.
He can block here, okay.
Yeah. Assuming Aaron doesn't have anything, the Whip could allow...
Just lands for now.
Oh?
No, he can't really. It's hard to take this damage, but I know Mitch is not a fan of blocking in a lot of cases. But when you're at 8,
well, this is good and bad at the same time. He's drawing a Gear Crafter.
Okay,
but they don't really block in the 1/1s that well.
Yeah, well, he's going to play the Whip of Erebos first, I think. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Witch's Mark is a nice one here.
That's really nice. Help Aaron get out of this.
And he's drawn a Legion Loyalist for some more damage here.
Oh, baby.
And the Legion Loyalist is actually going to stop the token from blocking next turn.
And a Slide Runner?
Yeah. Oh. You do the Slide Runner as well. So this is going to be... Yeah, and the first strike means that the lifelink doesn't do anything. So I don't know if Mitch wants to show anything else here.
He's looking through his graveyard right now. I guess seeing if the Whip can potentially get him out of this.
Aaron is doing a slight bit of grandstanding. He's hovering over his concede button, basically saying that he expects one to be coming from his opponent shortly.
Grab the Workite.
I mean,
Grab that.
this
Blood
does gain
Tides?
like 6 life or 7 life. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he could have put the Gear per Gearcrafter from his hand into play. Yeah, he could have put the Gear per Gearcrafter from his hand, and made a 1/1. However, the 1/1 couldn't block. I think Aaron's like slightly caught off guard here. This was face up as a thing he could do, so this is not like
Yeah.
a gigantic surprise. And Aaron says, "I'm not killing him next turn. I might as well block here." I feel like the
Interesting.
Slide Runner is kind of worth having in play here.
Yeah, I think what he had 2, 4, 5, 6, 6 damage on field. Land makes it 7, but Mitch did just get pretty healthy here. It was going to be a 2-turn clock regardless.
Yeah, he's gonna play his land, and yeah, he got himself healthier. A mountain here is of no use. He's seeing what else can he bring back, and he sees that he could still whip back the Blood Tithe Harvester.
Well, see, Mitch just might be able to dig himself out. Oh, wow. That's too
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. Whip of Erebos
Draws a
is really
second
tough.
whip of Erebos.
Okay, not so good. Not so good.
So I guess he's probably going to get the Harvester back here and then play the gear.
Yeah, if you had 12 mana, you could activate Whip of Erebos, play another Whip of Erebos, and then activate that one. But you would need a lot more mana than he has. And he just says, "I'm just going to gain life here." Like, I don't see what my opponent is doing here to stop me from gaining life. Yeah, and then he's going to play the Gearcrafter.
I'm into this. So the 1/1, it gives first strike also, right?
Yeah, so unfortunately, he won't be gaining any life on blocks.
But he could always just whip the Gearcrafter back and try and make this
So,
a race at that
so
point.
there's an Obnix's Cruelty, which I think is probably worth firing off here, given the
Yeah, fire at
circumstance.
the 2/1.
Yeah, just get it exiled. It's not coming back. Attack for 4. Opponent can't block at all. Can't even give them the option of chump blocking. Aaron's
This
taking a
thing got
moment
way
here.
more interesting.
Aaron's taking a moment. Yeah, it looked like it was a bit of a. It looked like it was verging on to be a bit of a runaway, but Whip of Erebos does things that, like, it's a very unique effect. Does things that other cards absolutely cannot. It could pull you back into games that almost no other card could.
So just curious, do you think Aaron's holding back the ob for maybe something Mitch might play from hand that's bigger than the Gearcrafter?
I mean, he's just obscuring information for the time being. Like, the blocks are bad anyway, so like blocking with the Gearcrafter is terrible. So he doesn't need to show him. He can let Mitch take game actions on his first main phase before showing him that he has a removal. Yeah,
Okay.
Aaron, I will say, for a player that we don't know too much about. He's been with us for a few leagues. His, you can go back on the YouTube and watch the matches that he played in the top 8 of Dustmorn, and there were so many small little decisions that ended up mattering a lot, and he navigated that very impressively. So I would say, he sees the details. So
Well, this is going to get very interesting because Mitch just drew Outpost Siege for turn.
okay, that's not like
It's not amazing,
yeah.
but as of the information we know now, he's not dead to Aaron next turn.
I'm guessing he's choosing cons.
Looks like, yeah, whatever the
Dragons,
second ability is.
huh? So Dragon says whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to any target. So
You know, Mitch.
this does mean that he can poke these. That he can poke these 1/1s off the battlefield here. Interesting that he's holding back the Gearcrafter since it can't block profitably. Oh, well, never mind.
Uh-oh.
Never mind any of this.
Uh-oh.
This game is going to end sooner than later here, potentially with a Stormbreath Dragon.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's not. Actually, it is just game, pretty much. He can just. It's not quite, but. Yeah, so he chump blocks the
Well,
two
that's
one.
just. But it has the witch's mark, right? So it's still gonna be 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7.
I'll still.
Yeah, it's still lethal.
No, well, it's not trading.
Then it'll deal one trample
Aaron's
damage,
creatures
so
have
it's still
first strike.
lethal. It's still lethal then. It has
Oh right,
trample.
the trample. Yeah, okay.
It's lethal like 6 ways to 1. Don't ask me what the other 3 ways are.
No, it's lethal this one way. It is lethal this one way. I guess he was looting there, maybe looking for a wild slash or something to rectify
Something to
his
help out there.
stance. Yeah, so a little too much early damage here. Mitch came back. Wow, there's 2 Stormbreath Dragons in Aaron's deck. So he's got the Rakdos aggro. He's got triple ultimate price, double Omnixila's cruelty, which I can say I have the exact same amount of those spells in my deck, and they're very enjoyable. Um,
Must be nice.
it's okay. Yeah, he's got a Whip of Erebos of his own. He's got a Sidisi. He's got a Thundering Raiju as well from Neo.
Card's amazing. I'm surprised Mitch isn't playing as Kamana faces Kakazan. I'm surprised about it. I thought the card's pretty good.
Maybe he doesn't see himself as like that aggressive. Like you have to be like pretty aggressive. Like you have to be like very very assertive.
Yeah, I mean his card's pretty good. A bit of high end down here. 2 Warkites, Dragon Lord,
Yeah, his
Kolgan,
deck looks a little more
Dreadhound.
grindy than like aggressive. I'm
Interesting.
surprised. I mean, I was gonna say I'm surprised to see him. He's not. Aaron's not playing his Spark Harvest, but he has so many other removals that he can put that one on the side for a moment.
Okay, cool. He's getting rid of the Gurmag. At least he thought about it. I thought Gurmag was first on the chop block.
So it looks like Aaron's bringing in a 6-drop here, the Dreadhound, just for some
Yeah, Mitch has got one.
extra damage here.
Good way to close out the game.
Yeah, and it looks like
It's funny as
looks like he was about okay. He's taking out the Humble Defector, which is not a card I'm a big fan of. That's that 2/1 that you could tap to
yeah.
draw 2 cards and then give it to your opponent.
Mitch says, you know what? We're going to try and lower our curve a bit. So he takes out the Dreadhound, the Gurmag, and the Void Winnower. Puts back the Dreadhound. Okay.
Well, Aaron has a card in his sideboard from Strixhaven that has the word mascot in it.
Huh. I wonder what card that could be.
Yeah,
I'm racking my brain really
it's
quickly.
mascot interception.
Oh, wow.
It's not the one you want. It starts with mascot
no.
and it ends with ION, but the letters in between are not what you want them to be.
Well, we'll see what happens this game. Mitch has an interesting hand. There's a Dockside Chef, Dreadbore. The Whip is back along with a Vaulted Surge. But the problem is he has 3 swamps.
Oof.
So the red cards are uncastable.
Aaron's got he's gonna put an Undead Butler on the bottom here. He's got a swamp. He's got 2 mountains. He's got an ultimate price. His draw for turn was Legion Loyals, and he's got both of his Stormbreath Dragons here in his starting hand. So if he gets to 5, it's big trouble.
Well, nothing's stopping him from getting there so far, but there's a Leech Fanatic about to come down.
Okay, I mean, it's a 2/2
life gain.
Yeah, it has lifelink on your turn. Or Aaron's deciding whether he wants to kill the Leech Fanatic, and he says, you know what? I don't like you gaining life. I'm going to reveal this dragon so I could deal 3 damage to you as well, because I'm just built like that.
I would think so, because if you don't kill the Leech and, Mitch just starts leaving up his mana, then Dockside Chef can just sack it, and you don't really get too much value out of it, right?
Yeah. So I believe a lot of cards aren't like this. I believe Dockside Chef can sack itself. A lot of these cards can't, but it can. Well, here's the whip. Yeah, he says, you know what? he was about to ultimate price it, and then he's like, do I really?
I mean, at some point, he's going to realize that Mitch is definitely stuck off a color.
I think he's realized it already. It's turn 4.
Yeah.
Like, when an opponent starts with, like, 3 swamps, you're like, okay, they might be missing their other color. And then when they start with 4 swamps, you're like, 100% missing their other color. Yeah, draw for turn was a Mogus's Warhound. He still has the double Stormbreath Dragon and an ultimate price.
Unfortunate.
So he's still 2 lands away here from playing the Storm Breath, but he's got a threat in the meantime. And
Mitch just drew
Mitch, yeah,
malfunction, or malicious malfunction right
-2 to
after.
everything.
Yeah, but it was right after the equip.
And now on Mitchel's Cruelty plus the ultimate price. He hasn't drawn lands for the dragon, but hasn't needed it. Mitch can't cast spells, so.
No, like now Mitch just drew a sword to plowshares, but I mean, like we're stuck on black. You
The
know,
Swords to Plowshares?
the swords to plowshares.
Wow. Well, you can't even exile a Stormbreath Dragon with that. So what's the point? Stormbreath has got that protection from white for some unknown reason. Yeah,
That's gonna be the game.
yeah,
Mitch might, malfunction, get rid of the 1/1, but
sure.
yeah, Mitch is already looking at the concede button, like, dude, this just isn't my day.
No, sometimes it happens. Sometimes, well, here's another ultimate price. So no Stormbreath Dragon yet, but this is more or less inevitable here. Yeah. So congratulations to Aaron for staying alive here. Fortunately, not a very competitive game there in the second one, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you next